the crazy thing is that as Finland is now experiencing the bad employment situation, we all know that Finland is now having the highest unemployment rate in the European region, which is about 10%. All right. So at the same time, the Confederation of Finnish Industries, this is like a group which represents Finnish businesses and is trying or at least is having influence on government's decision which intend to support Finnish businesses. So they gave a statement which I may define as a shocking statement. And so I would not read you just the statement. I saw this news on one article which has been published by Helsinki Times, and I will attach the link of this article in the comment section or in the accompanying text so you can be able to go through the article yourself. But in this article, several things have been mentioned or discussed. And so let me read you some of the paragraph. The first paragraph here reads that Finland's main business lobby group has called for a sharp increase in work-based immigration, warning that labor shortage risks slowing economic growth as the country's population ages. And it continues, the Confederation of Finnish Industries said Finland needs at least 45,000 net work-based immigrants or based migrants each year to meet demand from employers and support long-term growth. I will read also another important paragraph here. It says, the director Ilkka Oksala said declining birth rates and a weakening dependency ratio are already affecting the labor market, which is true. Finland is now said to have a declining population, meaning it has more old people than the younger one, and they have declining birth rates, which clearly indicates the need of workers. And as he said, they need 45,000 immigrants as workers each year. Population development and the dependency ratio are weakening fast. He said in a statement, companies are concerned about the availability of skilled labor when growth begins. So they say that, maybe Finland is going to resume to the normal position. And when it does, which is the growth phase, maybe there will be a shortage of skilled workers. So the organization set out 72 policy proposals aimed at increasing labor migration and improving integration. It said both highly skilled workers and those in basic roles are needed across sectors. Now, I will not read you the whole article, but I would say the main motive of this statement given by the Confederation is, of course, that promoting the bringing of more immigrant workers from outside. And I remember also it was last year I attended one event where there was a representative from Work in Finland, which is under the Ministry of Employment. They also said the same thing, that Finland still needs high number of workers from outside, and this is one reason they would go to the Philippines, to Vietnam, to Brazil to promote incoming of more immigrant workers to come and support the country. I believe one of the questions you might ask yourself as an immigrant job seeker in Finland right now is that, what about us who are in Finland right now? Is there anybody who is concerned about us? And I would say that's one of the things which somehow left hanging. Of course, there are some reasons some people may use. One of them, they would say, if you master the language, then you'll get access to the jobs. But we all know that it is not entirely true. Language is one of the very important factors. But there are many, many other important factors that do contribute your access to job opportunities. One thing we can all agree is that there is a huge demand of workers, or at least there is a huge potential need of workers in the Finnish market. But the question is, who gets to get hired? And I believe this is the question that we should all look into. If you would read this article, you will come to an understanding that the Confederation is speaking or is vouching for the immigrants who are to be imported to Finland. As they just said, they need at least 45,000 immigrant workers each year. That means they are looking forward to bring in workers from outside. As an immigrant job seeker in Finland right now, what do you do? What do you do to make sure that you also go along? Do you just sit back and complain and resent, or do you do something about it? Now, in looking out for solutions, one which I can also agree with 100% is mastering the language. Yeah, if we manage to speak the Finnish language, that certainly will make the environment way easier for us. But more importantly is, how do you stand out in the job market? This is why I, Ezekiel Kuhoga, representing Kuhoga Insights, is organizing a workshop or a masterclass where we will be discussing in detail on how we as international job seekers, as immigrant job seekers who are already in Finland, should position ourselves in order to have better chances to access job opportunities in the Finnish market. This workshop will be led by Rosa Hiltunen, the experienced career coach who has been doing this coaching for quite some time. We will be meeting on Thursday, 16th of April from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the workshop will be conducted on Teams, which means you can participate from anywhere. If you are in Kuopio, you are in Helsinki, Uvascula, Lappeenranta, Tampere, Oulu, Mikkeli, or even if you are outside of Finland, you can still participate in this workshop. There is a participation fee, which is only €9 per person. I know some of you might be a little skeptical about this, like, why do we need to pay, because other people do this for free. Here's the thing, nobody does it for free. Most of the offices that you go and you get this job seeking advice, something like that, they have already been funded. They have received funds from the government, from other institutions that help them to do such activities. Yeah, this time I'm the one organizing this, and no one is granting what I am doing at the moment. So I'm not receiving any sort of funding to support what I do in order for you to, to come and have this service free of charge. But we still have to support the service provider. We still have to support our career coach who will be coming and sharing her insights with you. And the one who will make this possible is you, who have accepted to pay this participation fee. Is it worth it? I would say it depends on you. To some people, every bit of information is useful as long as it adds up to the big picture. But to some other people, the information, to be useful, it has to be very specific and highly relevant. So it depends on the kind of person you are. But this is what I'm going to tell you. If you have arrived to a new place that you are seeking to integrate, to adapt, it's always very useful if you manage to get someone who would tell you, how are things going on in that place? How are the patterns? What are the rules? What are the do's and don'ts? Yes, if you manage to get such a person, it will make it so easy for you to adapt and even benefit from that society. Yeah, but we all know that we are now living in the generation where there is so much sensitivity, and it's rare to get somebody who would give you the full feedback that you're supposed to hear. You understand what I'm saying? People speak only, as much as their safety is guaranteed. I don't know if you know what I say. Yeah, we are in the world now. If you speak something, badly, just even a little bit, even without intentional, it can backfire big time. And for that reason, many people prefer to use the most used opinion. Yeah, for instance, when it comes to job seeking in Finland or maybe other places, they would tell you the most common reasons. They would tell you, you don't get a job because you don't speak Finnish language. And that's it. But if you dig deeper, you would come to realize there are more factors. But if that person giving you feedback would have to break down even more, maybe she or he could have got even into bigger problems. It happens. But the good thing is, when you manage to get somebody who is an expert in that field, they do coaching, they give feedback as their profession, then they would give you that information because that is what they do. You know what I'm saying? So how will you know if this session is gonna be worth it? I would say give it a try. Give it a try. Yeah, you can just come, attend the session, participate, and if you find it useful, then you can come back some other time. If you don't find it useful, then you know where not to go next time. If you think this workshop is for you, let's meet on April 16th. And if you would love to be on this workshop, but for one reason or another, you think you cannot afford to get the €9, let's communicate, and I'm sure we'll find a way to navigate through this. All the details, including the registration link, are in the accompanying text below on TikTok and up on LinkedIn and Facebook. Yes, please, so register, pay the €9, or let's get in touch, and after that, let's meet on April 16th. Apart from that, I would love to wish you a wonderful time. See you.